From a clothing store. You can't really get much plainer than that. I can't. The only outfit I have right now is this ethnic cut, so I can't. I can't. Let's see if there's a cute girl outfit, because I really like the idea of not putting up with this bullshit with the reverse triangle crap. Right,
I didn't even notice
skirt.
the reverse triangle crap.
Yeah, because men are strong on top and women have skirts. I don't know. It doesn't enforce that though. Like you can still just give shit to people and they'll wear it.
Do you think that's an oversight or they did that on purpose?
I hope they did that on purpose. Like I hope there was like an argument with like, well, look, we can't fucking. This is stupid. We're making this game. It's excluding a bunch of people. And then someone else was like, but the children. So they compromised this way. That's my hope. I don't think that's really the case. I think it's probably like, haha, what if we make this guy and then put him in a dress? Because video games. Yeah, all of these pretty much have skirts, huh? I think Austin already has that one.
So what is the eye category and monkey category?
I think eye category is like uniforms.
Uniforms? Okay.
And the monkey category is like unique
Monkeys.
stuff. Yes, it's for monkeys. Monkeys only. Only monkeys can be prisoners. I don't know. I don't know what Austin.
Is the monkey maybe an earless cat?
Maybe I don't. I feel like they would put
definitely
ears.
doesn't look like a monkey.
I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to be a me holding an egg and a shepherd's crook.
Oh, I'm watching the roast stream. Yeah, it's Shepherd's Crook Egg Me.
You know.
It's the Nintendo mascot.
I don't. Maybe I'll just give him this other turtleneck. That's fine. Just give him this other turtleneck.
Likes turtlenecks.
He does.
Black Beatnik.
I don't like turtlenecks. I think I've been over this. I think they're not flattering on anyone.
I just think they feel weird on my neck.
Yeah, that's also true. He doesn't like it. Well, fuck you.
Makes my neck feel claustrophobic. Although, to be fair to them though, and let's credit where credit's due, good protection against vampires.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
I mean, not really.
Okay,
You
let's
just
be
pull
a
it
little more
down or
specific.
like
Good protection
bite through
against
it.
a handless vampire.
Yeah, and otherwise they just have to, I don't know how they do that.
Or a vampire in its bat form.
True, or a vampire in its platform, or a vampire
sometimes
in
overlooked,
like
just as dangerous.
or a vampire in a social situation where it doesn't want to have to lunge.
Or other things that bite, a nippy wind, a cold wind.
Wind vampires.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I'm really nearly out, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm out of things
Phil
that'll
wants
bite
to
your
know
neck.
more about Sailor Moon. Yeah, he's probably normal compatible with Sailor Moon. It's his friend's girlfriend,
that's
so you gotta...
I see, he says. Sadly.
I like Phil's new outfit. I think it works for him. Check in on Not a Cat over here.
When does that top floor open up?
It's open now. I could make a person. I just haven't really... I don't know what I'm gonna... I just don't know what I'm gonna do with that top floor. I want to have like chat people in there, but I haven't come up with a good, fair way to make that work. Also, the other problem is we need a lot more girls.
Yeah, definitely.
And
PayPal us $15 and no, don't be
oh god,
we'll actually rent these rooms.
see, I don't know what we're gonna do. I was trying to think of like other lady fictional characters. Oops.
I did not notice the cat face on Not a Cat's
How did
shirt.
Oh, well, yeah, it's kind of you kind of can't. It's
Last
like
I
zoomed out.
remembered, it was a bear shirt.
Yeah, I think they also had fuck. I think they also had that bear shirt, but the cat shirt came up, and that was we had to do that. Oh my god, this is fuck. I'm just hitting this cat in the face.
He's not a cat.
Right.
I heard.
I have one more hand. Oh, thank God.
Very good.
I like the way the mosquitoes. I like the way the mosquito is clearly making this really tiny, like, oh no, don't know. Oh,
I think that might be its soul escaping. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know comic
It's a cartoon
language.
shimmer.
I was
Right.
just hanging out here.
Yeah, this guy, he wouldn't move. This cat
Oh.
lady.
Not a Cat leveled up. We gotta do Not a Cat song. What kind of song would Not a Cat sing?
Inca.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I think this song should definitely be about how they're not a cat.
Absolutely.
If
I mean,
those
it's
words
really-
are options. Is that a little... Wait, hold on. In the background, was that
They're
a
tiny cats
portrait
wearing
of two
berets.
little hamsters?
I thought they were two tiny cats wearing berets.
Those are the French resistance cats.
Weren't they the protagonists?
They were covered
that
in lesson
Saboteur
number
game?
2. Yes, yes.
Oh god, the protagonist in that is the same guy that plays the medic in Team Fortress 2, and the game got a hell of a lot better once I knew that fact.
Wait, who also plays the medic in Team Fortress 2?
The protagonist of the astonishing EA Volition game, The Saboteur.
So, in what way do you mean astonishing?
It's a really weirdly, endearingly bad game.
Okay, I've always really wanted to play that game.
No, it does a lot of stuff well. Unfortunately, I think
That's
a
what
lot of it's accidental.
Yeah, that's always what I felt. That was Volition's last game, right?
Yep.
Man, Volition made some fun games.
Oh, I really wish next time Origin do a sale, which will probably be never. I'd like to pick it up and stream some Saboteur, just because I think it would be a fun stream game.
Yeah. I've always been really interested in trying it out, and then I just never have done it.
Yeah, I got it and then never did anything with it, and I always felt kind of bad about that because it seems very much my jam.
It has a really cool look to it too.
Yes.
I like any game where I'm running around France, pretty much. I don't have high standards.
So well.
Yeah, I've heard.
In a kind of very caricatured way, but
How many cheese mini games do they have?
I think there's topless ladies.
There are topless ladies. There's also just beautiful race cars that all largely handle the same. Now I really want to play it again. Okay, so two interesting things about that game. The central gameplay loop beyond completing missions, essentially just the thing you do, is really, really simplistic, almost to the point of boredom, but is actually really fulfilling, which is that the entire game's map, as you kind of unlock the 3 major segments of France and the countryside around it, of Paris, just gets completely covered in purple dots, just totally covered in them. And each of these purple dots is like a Nazi thing. It might be a speaker, or a banner, or a tank, or a searchlight, or a weapons crate, or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of the idle gameplay loop is just destroy these purple dots. And from a purely kind of box ticking perspective, there's something so pleasing about going into this area and it being completely covered in purple dots and just all this iconography and war machines and everything, and then just really systematically sort of tidying it up, like Viscera cleanup detail or something.
Does the color palette of that game change based on who's controlling it? Okay, I remember that being a big thing.
Yeah, but it's very scripted. Like it does that on certain missions. It's not dynamic.
Yeah, John Nugent says that it's 50% off right now, down from 20 to 10. Yeah, so there you go.
Ooh, yeah. And the second thing about that game is I had a pretty horrific moment in it where I was just idly checking through the stats screen, and the stats screen tracked civilians killed by the Nazis, and it also tracked civilians killed by dangerous driving. And for me, the latter number was significantly higher than the former. And it was like a fun joke for a second, and then I was just like, video games, huh? Definitely video games.
That's a really interesting thing that was obviously on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not it's written. So the game isn't really trying. Maybe it's trying to, but it's not at all succeeding in telling a dark French Resistance story. It's very much the Inglourious Basterds school of the French Resistance.
Okay. I really like that movie.
Oh yeah, the main character's not even French, is he? He's Irish.
He's Irish.
That's so weird.
It's very badly Irish. Oh god, so much of the game is endearing to me though. Like, for example, the main character loves to scream profanities just at just in general gameplay, not even in story missions. Just it's his favorite thing to do, and he will he will scream them if he detects that he's been, or if his AI detects that he's been in the air for too long, and they won't be truncated if he hits the floor, which means that if you can kind of engineer it where he'll jump about 4 feet and just scream "motherfucker" and land, and it's great, and everybody's around him and he's perfectly safe. He just saunters off. It's it's just really weirdly endearing.
Is there fall damage in that game?
Oh, very yes.
Okay.
There
Are
is
you getting
defi-
fall? Is that like the threshold? Like once you reach fall damage is when he swears?
No, I think it might be once you reach any full damage. Yeah, but he swears before the full damage is like actuated. So like he'll swear and then you'll land. Just other cool things that game does. Its alert states are really really fun. So like you have like 5 alert states. With the 5th alert state is very very difficult to reach. Like you have to essentially have just incited the entire Third Reich in order to trigger that alert state. But alert state by the time you reach alert state 4, enormous zeppelins in the sky over Paris will be turning their searchlights onto you, and Luftwaffe fighter pilots will be screaming in over Paris, and tanks will be rolling down the streets towards you.
Jeez.
It's quite something.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's quite
Especially from the perspective of always having found the Grand Theft Auto alert things pretty boring.
Oh yeah, no, this is the opposite of the Grand Theft Auto alert thing, mostly because, well, so in Grand Theft Auto,
because 1 star is like
alert,
nothing, 2 stars a bunch of cops, 3 stars is like some cop cars, and then it's just like always stuck there for me. I can never.
Yeah, totally. So the way the really nice thing about this is kind of two-pronged. Firstly, it's very easy to it's very easy to aggravate Nazis, and and also
I'll bet.
it's comparatively very easy, at least in the early stages, to remove your heat level entirely, just instantly. You can either hide in a special spot on a rooftop, you can go into a public toilet, you can go into a brothel or something, and it just wipes your stats, just like, you're gone, you're fine. And of course, once you reach level 4, they do this fantastic thing where the map is enormous, and at level 4, there are only something like 2 hiding spots on the map total, on the whole map. So it would be
the higher up you go, the less hiding spots there are.
Yeah, but so you get these great gameplay moments modeled where you've got everybody is now angry with you and chasing you, and Paris is just tank explosions left, right, and center. And you pull up your map and realize that the hide spot is literally on the other side of the map, out in the French countryside, and you have to make this daring escape out into the French countryside. With every checkpoint that you pass, suddenly goes alert, and more people start chasing you, and it really feels like this great escape sequence.
Does it get to a point where you reach the thing and all these enemies just like all at once turn around and go the other direction?
I can't remember.
I really like that in games. I think it's really funny.
I can't remember whether or not they turn around or a percentage of them just despawn. Either way, it's great. I don't want to give the impression that this game is like is polished.
I've never had.
And a lot of the game is like deeply problematic, but there is a lot about it that feels quite the opposite of mean-spirited. It feels quite like welcoming, and it's really great fun. And the soundtrack is so good. It's got this really nice sort of smooth French jazz orchestral soundtrack. And then when you get into the cars, it's all period songs. It's really cool.
Yeah, when that game came out and I saw that it got subpar reviews for the most part, I was like, I'll wait till I really want to play it. I'll wait till it's less expensive. And then every time I saw it at like a GameStop or whatever, I was like, it's still too expensive, maybe.
No, this was one of the games that I rented. I rented it for about. I must have kept the rental disc for about 4 months, maybe.
Wow.
Like I was renting it for a really long time, and I sent it back and bought a discounted copy of it on the same day. Like, it was one of those games that I just...
Yeah. Because it was always like I wasn't sure how it was going to be. I just knew that it looked really interesting to me, and it was always like, $18 or $19 or $20. It's like, it's too...
For
maybe
people,
too much.
put it this way, for people who like chaotic, broken, endearing open-world action games,
I think that's all that
the
I like.
Saboteur should be, like, 100% compulsory in your collection. It is that good. Good in inverted commas.
Janine, I haven't seen even a second of this song, so I'm really excited to see what is about to happen.
I don't think it's my best work. I don't think it's my best work.
Okay, do you want to go? Do you want us to go over it with a fine-tooth comb?
Maybe.
All right, let's.
So what I'm going for here is not a cat is like complaining like, hey, you're always like on me about how I look kind of like a cat. Shut up! I'm not a cat. Meow. Don't you get all logicy with me. Remember your etiquette.
I think that kind of works, though.
That's kind of what I'm going for here. I also tried to pick words that would sound terrible while being sung by anyone in an Enka song. And then I made the title a cat
I actually
face.
think that this probably will turn out exactly the way that you want it to.
I hope so. Let's find out.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Still going.
Not a cat's a way better singer than they have any right being.
Yeah, this actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I think Not a Cat might be a better singer than Allie. Yeah. Don't tell Allie I said that. Uh-oh.
It's no Everybody Princess Peach. I will say that.
It's true.
It's not. Yeah, it's. I think it sounded really good though.
Why is Art doing push-ups so fast?
Because he's a monster. He's a beast.
The Saboteur is $4.99 on Origin. £4.
Oh wow, that's a real.
I am getting that, and I really.
I'm gonna
wanna
say
stream
that
some of it.
in the States or whatever, it'll be like maybe $7 or $8.
John said that it's 10 right now.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, let's play some Saboteur or something sometime.
Yeah, I have
missions
that game, but
the story missions aren't particularly great, but the open world stuff, kind of mixed with a story mission occasionally, could make for a really, really fun stream game, I think. So I'll probably get it and play the introductory stuff.
I would be really interested in watching and or participating in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Are you guys having a competition? What is?
I don't know.
I
I have no idea. It's so creepy. Austin and Jordan are just standing in the dressing room.
I just picture Art having like tiny little digs under his breath. You can't do this.
Just wearing out your skin. Just gonna make it all wrinkly, and then it's not gonna make a good suit anymore. I warned you about this. My new interior? Come on.
Just get him the cheapest interior.
Oh my
and
god,
switch
that's
back.
such an expensive gift. What's the
Are there
cheapest
no
one in this
cheap
catalog?
ones?
I mean, there are, but they're all crappy.
Oh, you've got a bunch of cash right now.
Yeah, because I was trying to save up for that Versailles, and then I couldn't get it.
Oh yeah.
I really
Okay.
wanted Versailles.
You switch. You just get sell and then switch back.
I'll get him cardboard.
Can you switch back from a
Yeah.
like once he has it forever? You don't have to rebuy it.
Yeah, it's like it goes in their like house wardrobe.
Okay.
You know, your house wardrobe.
Yeah. The way that you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
your ethereal prison to look like.
Yeah.
As opposed to your garden wardrobe.
Yeah.
Right.
What do they call you? Janine's spitting image or something?
Yeah, that's really.
That's-
I
it's
kind
really
of love
creepy.
that, but it's also really creepy.
It's super creepy. Is Janine's spitting image? If you're gonna keep us here in this weird prison, at least give me more room wardrobes.
My back is...
I also, one of my favorite things is when they ask you how their counterpart in the real world is
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
It's like, oh, they know that they're not even, like, everything's fake.
Everything's fake, yo.
Everything's fake. We can do whatever we want, but we can't because Janine's spitting image has to do it for us.
Oh, come on. You're killing me. Thank God. The other thing I'm really excited to stream, and I don't know if I mentioned this on stream, but I'm excited to start streaming Style Savvy. God, words. Words are real hard. To start streaming Style Savvy.
Style Savvy Godwords is actually the name of the game Austin and I are making.
I still don't
That
believe
explains a lot.
You still don't believe we make
It
No,
exists.
no.
I've heard some stories.
I've heard stories too. That's what makes me not believe it.
Why? Do you think that our stories are that unbelievable?
Well, because it's all the stories are, oh, this is something that's in this game, and they all just sound so crazy.
I mean, it's not like a
have them in
Twine
the thing.
game.
It's no, I know it's not a Twine. Wait, did you say it is or it isn't?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I don't
would
want
say-
to. I don't want to say it's it's not my thing to spoil, but
yeah. No, Austin had already told me that it was not
Uh-oh.
a Twine game.
Crap.
Let me see if I can tell you another thing that's in it, just to make it even sound even more stupider. There was a mock Olympics set on the deck of a ship in which my character was held by his ankles and dunked underwater for a breath-holding contest.
See, that one I believe, like straight up.
But is it just the underwater? What makes that believable?
That just sounds like something that you guys would put in the game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we do like our mock Olympics in games.
Yeah. I had a mock Olympics in my Greek mythology class in 6th grade.
Oh, really? Did you win?
I was Athens and we won, yeah. My group, my team.
You were Athens.
Yeah.
Did you go up against Sparta?
Oh yeah, and we kicked their ass.
I don't think that's historically accurate.
I think it's historically accurate. I think they traded back and forth on winning and losing.
Really? Okay, now it's our turn. All right. Okay. Yes, we are Spartans.
Well, I don't think that they predetermined, but I think just
It's
sometimes.
like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take down the Spartans' 21 win streak?
Maybe I'm gonna give Sailor Moon that. I don't want to have this anymore, and she wants new clothes. So
I just bought the Saboteur. I just bought that.
good choice. It's really stupid. It's not on Steam. I don't like Origin. It's just
I don't like that Origin.
it's
Is
dividing
so,
the market in a really unnecessary way.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I mean, I understand why they would do it. I mean, Steam takes a huge chunk of money,
Yeah.
and if EA is putting out its own games, then that's an extra. What does Steam take? Like 20%?
And also, like, what if they
Yeah.
want to spy on you in ways that Steam doesn't spy on you? They gotta account for that.
Yeah, but what are they going to spy? They're going to spy on how I play Titanfall.
Yes.
They're going to take
Oh,
all my
jeez.
tactics. They're going
I
to take
don't know.
arcane tactics.
To an extent, though, you get one, user psychology designer to embed a load of systems in a game, and you could learn a lot about players.
Yeah,
You could learn a scary amount about
and
players.
there we have Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Yeah, well, 99% of modern big budget first person shooters know exactly where the player is looking down to the pixel at any given moment.
Yeah, Shattered Memories does stuff like that. Where
Wow,
it literally
Kyle was
changes
just
the
super
story.
rude.
What did he say?
Normally they're like, I'm hungry, or like, I'm starving. He's like, give me something to eat. Give me food, asshole. I'm hungry. Jeez. I'm gonna get him something
Janine's spitting
disgusting.
image. Why is everyone exercising together?
I don't know. It's
exercise
weird. I don't.
It looked like Sentai Suit Alley was leading Kyle in an exercise.
Like aerobics.
Well, you know that famous Tomodachi saying, right? Better exercising than exorcising. That's an actual saying that they have.
They say it
is
at
this?
any time we're not around.
Yeah,
Eat this
I'm surprised you
natto.
haven't seen it.
What were we just talking about? Looking. Oh yeah. Shattered Memories has that same thing. Where
Oh,
like,
I
it'll
forgot
literally...
that Kyle actually likes natto because he's disgusting.
Yeah, I really want to play Shattered Memories actually.
Yeah, it's so far it's the only Silent Hill game I like.
What about 2?
All right. Well, I really, really like a lot of the stuff in 2. I just think that it happens to be the worst paced game of all time. There are 2 levels in that game that take up 50% of the gameplay time, but only 4% of the story.
Yeah. Which is that's not good. That's harmful pacing, really.
Yeah.
That's
It was literally because Kyle and I did a let's play of we're about to finish 3. We've already done 1 and 2, and 2 was such a horrible slog. That I'm sure that we would get more out of it if we were playing it by ourselves, but it's such a bad game to it's such a bad game to keep time with, because you just realize how little is actually happening. But yeah, I do think that a lot of the stuff they do with the story in that game is phenomenal, but it just accounts for so little of the time.
How do you guys feel about The Evil Within?
What's The Evil Within?
The Evil Within is the Resident Evil, or the Resident Evil 4 creators, Shinji Mikami. It's his next major AAA horror game, and it looks like he's essentially riffing off Resident Evil 4 meets Silent Hill 2.
That sounds pretty good.
And it's that very specific sort of Resident Evil 4, quite lurid grotesquerie. It's probably going to be quite deeply psychologically scary, but at the same time there is a lot of mangled limbs and that sort of stuff.
French Weedman the sequel.
Yeah.
This is French Weed Saboteur, thank you.
Okay.
He has a gun.
Oh, that's a gun, okay.
And pants instead of board shorts.
I actually have never played a Resident Evil game in my whole life. Because horror games are scary and I get scared.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Resident Evil, really the only one that you really... So, there's a lot of debate about this, but the one that you really need to play is Resident Evil 4, which is pretty terrifying.
Resident Evil 4 is the one that people say is the best after they say... People usually say Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 1 Remake on GameCube is usually what I hear are the 2 best.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is just... It's scary in a way that is very difficult to describe.
Mm-hmm.
And yet is instantly apparent the moment you start playing the game, or the moment you start getting into a situation where they want to scare you in the game, in that it is just fundamentally obtuse, claustrophobic.
That's because one of the things, you can't move while you're shooting, right? You have to either move or shoot.
Yeah, it's so a lot of horror games. That's Silent Hill bread. Silent Hill toast.
It's Italian French toast Silent Hill. This is a very important callback.
This part is part of a callback from when we weren't streaming.
No, we streamed this.
Oh,
I
okay.
edited this.
Okay.
I believe, I'm 90% sure that this is from episode Tomodachi 101 lesson number 20, Wee. Because that title comes from when Austin saw French Weed Man and said that guy probably said weed instead of wee.
Mm-hmm. Like Frenchmen do.
So let's see. Yeah, of course.
Choice.
Who's gonna pick Italian French toast Silent Hill?
It's way outdated and there's too many
Bob
bears, and
Lash.
it's kind of annoying.
So the way I kind of...
Yes, only novices would choose the other one.
I think a lot of horror games either go for kind of like dread, or like apprehension and then climax, or uh, panic. And they don't often go for panic. And Resident Evil
Yeah, I don't
4,
like the panic.
Resident Evil 4 does panic just
Does panic?
amazingly. Yeah,
Okay. In
it
what
just does
way you
panic.
do? Like, is this? I think when you say panic, I think of a lot of jump scares.
Oh no, I would say
Okay.
that was apprehension and climax. There are jump
Okay.
scares, but it's much more just this overwhelming sense whenever you encounter an enemy, or whenever you think you're going to encounter an enemy, of how do I do what? How do I do this? This is going really badly. I don't understand whether, and that's not necessarily a fault of the game design. In fact, that's the point of the game design. But it throws you into combat encounters where you're just constantly going, "I'm going to die in the next 20 seconds."
I feel that way about all of the Silent Hill games, except it's a frustrating "I'm going to die" because of that game's inability to allow you to move in any sort of real way.
Yes. Yeah, this is frustrating at first, but it's a very specific sort of, like, it feels like their parameters by which they frustrate you are very specifically designed.
Silent Hill, basketball.
Silent Hill, basketball.
Is Slenderman dunking? What's happening there?
No, hang on, you'll get it.
Okay.
It'll come together.
Alex says I love Silent Hill. I love a lot of the things that Silent Hill does. I just don't love the game. The primary action of the game, which is opening doors and looking at your map every 4 seconds and waiting an hour and a half before you get a story bit.
What we're doing here is who can dunk, Silent Hill or Resident Evil? Hang on, little legs, little running shoes. Whoa, that kind of got away from me.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stream again.
Unanimous. Resident Evil dunks, Silent Hill does not dunk.
Silent Hill does not dunk.
Does not dunk.
Silent Hill dribbles.
Don't. What did Austin say? What did Austin just
It's
say?
a whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of the sayings don't really work to read, but they sound right. I recommend this one. That is not quite.
What did Sailor Moon just say?
That's her thing she says. I think it means I'll punish you or something like that.
What did I just say?
You can't have your pen in your bun.
Bognight says Resident Evil 4 kind of throws you into situations where you're dealing with enemies that'll put a dent in you if they hit you. And then there's that one-shotting chainsaw moth fucker in the mix. The scary part is when you hear the guy, but you have no idea where the hell he is, and that shit is pretty scary. Yeah, that shit's horrifying.
Yeah.
I remember that from the 20 minutes I played of Amnesia.
Yeah. Oh,
Amnesia's
no, but
really
this chainsaw guy is pretty spectacular in that he's foreshadowed in a load of really interesting ways. And then your first encounter with him, I'm fairly sure, is very tightly designed to ensure that you're scared as fuck, but you kind of manage to make your way through it, leading you to this situation where what is just oh god,
He is loving what he's doing.
oh god.
He's totally digging that.
That's his murder pose.
He took one of the cold pills. He's got high on his own supply.
Oh god.
And that is his problem.
Now he's just spaced out.
I do want to say though that I spent a long time thinking that I liked Silent Hill because we're still playing Silent Hill 3. We haven't finished yet, but we're almost done. I spent more than half of that game thinking that I liked Silent Hill 3 more than Silent Hill 2, but I can assure you I definitely like Silent Hill 2 better than Silent Hill 3 at this point.
So, have you streamed Shattered Memories? Like, have you played Shattered Memories as part of
No. We played that on our own, like, years before we started doing That's true. Actually, we had a podcast at that point, but we weren't doing Let's Plays or anything.
And you're going to get to it?
I think so. Right now, our tentative plan is to keep playing Silent Hills, but we're not committing to doing all of them. But I don't know. Silent Hill is such a weird thing for me because I love so many of the things that it's doing, but I hate so much of what you actually have to do.
Yeah, no, I feel you there.
And it's like something that I probably would have put up with a lot more if I had played them in the early 2000s when they came out. And now we're in 2014 and the stuff that they were doing with the story is still holding up, but it's just like there's almost no making up for the early 2000s game design shit they were pulling.
Yeah.
But I still have never gotten more joy out of. Sorry, Jack. I still have never gotten more joy out of anything in my life than watching Harry Mason and James Sunderland react to things.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, Jack, your turn.
Wait, what?
Okay.
She just fell over while she was writing. That's not.
I think they're going insane.
Maybe.
I think all your promos have lost
They don't go outside very much, do they? Also, all their windows are painted on. That's.
Of course, they're all painted up.
All the animals they live with are fake, except for the cat who says they're not a cat.
I just got this weird Escape from Witch Mountain vibe, or Escape to Witch Mountain vibe. Which one's the one that was the remake, and which one had Rock? The Rock.
Escape from and
which one had a rock? Mountains are like a lot of rocks.
It was like Escape to Witch Mountain, and then something to Witch Mountain. The original one I'm talking about, but that was good.
Why would you go back to a place called Witch Mountain?
Because they're aliens.
What?
Have you not seen this movie?
No.
Oh man, this is like one of the kids' movies that I watched over and over again as a kid. And basically, it's these kids that I haven't seen it in so long, but basically they're these kids that realize they have magical powers, like they can levitate stuff, but they have like whoever is taking care of them is horrible, and so they run away. And they meet this guy who's going to take them to this place where they'll learn about their weird magic powers, and he's their new father figure or something. But then they get captured by this rich person and are made to live in a place a lot like this Tomo house.
Oh.
And then they're aliens. It's not complicated. That's the problem with the movie, but it's complicated.
Alright, I gave him bread.
You gave everybody bread.
I gave everybody bread. Ugh, I hate this phrase stuff. This will be way more fun in the English game. So will the song making. I'm really excited. I really want that game.
But there's something there is something charming about having to do it this way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, word of warning for people in the stream. Word of warning for people in the chat who are thinking about getting the Saboteur. Apparently, it doesn't play very nicely with ATI graphics cards.
Ooh, that's the kind I have.
Huh. Well, there's probably a fix for it, but I believe out of the box it's not necessarily friendly.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Is this a recent thing that you just learned? Because maybe Origin has done something to help.
Maybe they have. I just looked it up, but it's probably an old thing.
This should sound like he's saying face noir. I don't know if that's a thing Phil wants to say when he's happy, but...
Not when he's happy, no. John Nugent says 7.5, and I'm not sure if he's talking about...
Oh, that's the shit!
What? What's wrong?
That's way better. That's a way... Well, maybe that'll be his, when he levels up, we'll give him a phrase, and his phrase can be 7.5.
I got it.
7.5.
I thought that he was talking about either Witch Mountain or Saboteur.
No, I'm gonna give Phil a bath, and that'll hopefully level him up.
Good old-fashioned bath leveling.
God. Oh, I was gonna say, the Style Savvy stream that I'm gonna do that on Stream Friends.
what is Style Savvy?
Style Savvy is a game where you own a fashion boutique and you have to help your customers look their best for the dumb shit they do in their life that's important to them.
Is it good or is it dumb?
It's real good.
Okay.
It's normally...
You explained it like it was dumb.
I mean, that's kind of the charm of it, is like it has all the trappings of a super shitty, like, pink box crap game oriented at girls, like, oh, makeovers, yeah. But it's actually a really, really good game. Like a legit fun game. I have the sequel for 3DS, and I have played it probably... I was going to say I've played it more than any other 3DS game I have. It's probably tied with Rune Factory 4 and Animal Crossing.
Okay. Wow.
And, yeah.
It sounds like a sort of, like Long Live the Queen presentation versus actual content. Is that what you're saying when you think?
I think it's actually that's a pretty good comparison with, like, people have a certain expectation of Long Live the Queen, and Long Live the Queen.
It is super not that.
It's kind of like that, but if that's all you're looking for, you're gonna have problems. Like, it's not gonna. It's a lot more than that.
Right.
How can I do this? Playing this game has made me really want to, like, grab the Japanese books that are 2 feet away from me and actually get back into learning this crap. Because this is really hard.
Alright, so,
Sorry, carry on.
this is just a chat thing, but I'm trying to figure out how to say what I'm about to say. Sir Cat Rodimus says, race to Witch Mountain 2009, and then links to the remake. I'm talking about the Escape to Witch Mountain, which is the original. I don't want people to think that I'm talking about a really, really bad remake from 2009.
I just looked up Rune Factory 4 because I hadn't heard of it, and it looks like something.
I love Rune Factory 4. Rune Factory 4 is one of my favorite games. I think I might have said it was my game of the year last year. I don't remember.
Is there any way you can pitch it to me in a way that's coherent? Because their Wikipedia article is basically just sort of going, stuff!
It's really weird. It's hard. It's also especially hard to pitch if you haven't played a lot of Harvest Moon. But the premise of it is it's like Harvest Moon, but whereas Harvest Moon is a very non-traditional JRPG. Like, it has traditional JRPG elements, but it's framed in all this, like, farming stuff instead of fighting monsters and leveling up. It's like that, but also you're fighting monsters and leveling up and doing, like, quests and stuff, and you have equipment. And Rune Factory 4, I played Rune Factory 1, and I think I skipped 2, maybe I played a bit of 2. And I really enjoyed those Rune Factory games. I haven't played Frontier, but I really enjoyed those. But for me, Rune Factory 4, like, perfectly crystallized what I wanted out of that. Like, the farming stuff was robust, the animal raising stuff was robust, the dungeons and stuff were fun, but, like, it didn't feel like a grind as much as it had in previous games. Like, nothing felt like a grind. There's also a really good sense of humor. Like, you could have a big spoon and fight dudes with a spoon, and there were all these characters that were really good, and it was just a really... The art style was cute. You could be a boy or a girl. I think it's actually the first Rune Factory game where you could play as a female. Also, the New Game Plus stuff let you play using... I think it lets you play using a character skin of one of the other characters, which
that's really cool.
Which is the thing you would need to do if you wanted to have, like, well, not a real same-sex relationship, but if you wanted to trick the game into making it look like you were having one, then you would go that way. But I really love that game.
Can you use the animals that you raise to help fight monsters?
Yes, of course you can.
How much is it like Digimon World?
They don't evolve.
Okay, well that's...
But you like harvest stuff from them. Like, there's like little cow monsters that give you milk, and the fun sheep monsters give you wool and stuff like that. I really, really, really recommend that game for anyone who, especially if you're like a person who you played a bit of Harvest Moon, you're like, this is fine, but didn't really capture you.
Yeah.
Rune Factory will probably be the thing that captures you.
Which Harvest Moon should I play?
I've been thinking about that so hard, and
There's been so many Harvest Moons, and
there
they're
have been
all
so
like,
many, and they all do really different things. Especially the
Yeah.
newer ones, they all have like a gimmick.
well, the first one that I played was was it Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo was the very first one ever.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was Nintendo or Super Nintendo.
And
That was
they-
the first one that I played, and I
They
really liked
consider that one an incomplete one. Like the sort of consensus, the official consensus is that Harvest Moon 64 is what that Harvest Moon was supposed to be before like budget constraints and stuff.
it. I played Harvest Moon
hurt
64,
development.
and I liked it more, but I still really like that Super
For
Nintendo
me,
one.
like my favorite Harvest Moon games are not necessarily the ones that I would put a beginner into.
Which
Right,
one would
yeah.
you put a beginner into?
I don't know. I would probably. I think my position is like go and play the very very first one, the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah, I agree.
And play maybe like a couple seasons to a year of it. You don't need to finish it, but that gives you a
Unless you
really
want to.
good, unless you want to, yeah. But that gives you a good sort of foundation of like what the hell's going on, and then from there,
Yeah, Harvest Moon
You
is one
can-
of those
there's a
series
whole
that
bunch
they
of-
definitely iterate based on the people that already like Harvest Moon, and not necessarily towards
yeah. And
like
there were
yeah.
there were several different ones for the Game Boy, and they all did like there was one where you're going to an island and you had like another person helping you out, but they were kind of shit. So you had to like train them. You also had your own hot spring like on the farm instead of having to go up and around.
I'm kind of tempted to go with Rock Valley one because it's on my iPhone, or I could make it on my iPhone.
I don't know that that's a. I
Like
don't know that
yeah,
playing it on a
it's-
touch
it's-
screen is good.
it has the Game Boy the Game Boy emulator is pretty robust. Like
Do you have a DS?
it's wholly
3DS?
I have a
Because they
2DS.
have the first Harvest Moon game on Virtual Console for that. That's not really. I mean, you could just emulate it for free too, but it's one of those.
Alex
It's one of those games where I don't think that controlling it without physical buttons would feel so good, because a lot of it, like especially when you go through this routine every day of you're watering your plants and stuff, and getting the sort of rhythm of doing that right without it being frustrating. For me, usually
it's sort
involves
of
a lot
the
of physical
physicality of
button
it.
touches. I'm not usually nitpicky about stuff like that, but for Harvest Moon, for some reason, that kind of...
No, it makes a lot of sense.
Alex says, I heard someone say in the new one you can plant lavender and rosemary and raise long-haired cats, and that sold me.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one that's coming out,
Yeah.
or that came out in Japan, and I don't think they've announced localization yet, but I really want them to, and the art's really pretty. Everyone looks like they were drawn with soft pencil crayons. Oh, I love those games. They make me happy thinking about them.
The Super Nintendo one also has really, really, really good music.
And it's also pretty. Like, oh, I wasn't
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
what she was saying. She wants to take photos. Shit. I like they've always had a good degree of like house customization too. That's been part of it. Is like upgrading your house, adding furniture. They don't have it in the first game, but in subsequent games, cooking became like a big. Maybe they have cooking in the first game. I don't remember. But cooking becomes a more and more important thing in doing recipes and expanding your kitchen and painting your house and.
So I've been thinking a lot about this kind of stupid farming or like flower garden game that I talked really briefly about last time we talked about Harvest Moon. And do you ever get that thing where you are hearing distantly or through a wall or something somebody else's music, and you can only kind of make out the rhythm and to an extent the tonality of it, and you can kind of extrapolate in your head what you think the song might be like.
That is a
think if I
big
ever
feature of
made-
Harvest Moon, yeah.
I think if I ever made this flower garden game or something, it would be like Harvest Moon heard distantly through a wall or something. You know, by someone who'd never played Harvest
That's a
Moon.
neat way to say that. I think that'd be pretty
yeah,
cool.
You didn't know where I was going with that metaphor.
I wasn't. I
That's
thought you were going to
all
say
right.
you wanted the soundtrack to be like that, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to work the way you want it to.
No, but I just pulled it back in the last moments. No, I kind of I think I'll definitely play Harvest Moon, but I think it'd be kind of funny if the game that I ended up with was
if you went out and tried to make a game that was exactly Harvest Moon after only hearing descriptions of Harvest Moon.
I think Jack's connection might be, or my connection might not be good.
I hear you fine. Jack?
He's kind of in and out.
Oh, there. I hear him now. I couldn't hear you at all before.
Hey. Oh, the stream's gone down.
Has it?
It's coming back in just a second, but it's...
Oh,
it's
no,
down.
that's Jack. I think that's just you.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's back now. I think.
Have you heard of, I think it's called Stardew Valley?
I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
What's Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley is supposed to be like online multiplayer Harvest Moon. It's being published
but not, like,
by...
massively multiplayer. Like
Yeah, no,
friends multiplayer.
just like I forget what that game was called. Wanderlust style multiplayer, probably.
So Paul Rudd? Lots of Paul Rudd?
The game.
Paul Rudd all over the place.
Oh, she wants a new outfit. Well, shit.
Paul Rudd.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, it's being published by Chucklefish, who make Starbound, and they picked up Stardew for publishing, but there hasn't been. I think there's still only like 1 or 2 people working on it, and news has been slow. And that's kind of a bummer, but I really like that game.
Yeah. You know what I'd like? Speaking of news being slow, is a Key World update.
Oh my god, I know they've been teasing that for so long.
I was complaining about
It's
this
like
back
2
in
people
October.
working on it, but come on.
Yeah. I was complaining about this back in October when Austin was like, they said that there was a new update coming soon in October.
I agree.
I'm not mad about it because I still have the game and it's technically playable, but it's not finished and I want more.
I don't think that they've quite got their update structure or their pipeline sorted yet. It's smacking of.
The thing is, it's not the length between updates. It's really just the silence that is upsetting. Like they have it's not hard to just tweet stuff.
They have been, but not a lot. And after a certain point, when you're promising an update for months and months and months, that's not enough anymore. Oh, hey, I think Allie and Sailor Jupiter are hella compatible. I know what we're gonna wrap this up on oh, come on. Oh, Jack's depressed. Why is Jack depressed? Oh, the music went all weird.
These purple sperm floating around my head.
No, I always said they were regular colored tadpoles.
Oh, he has a stop. I can fix this. Finally, I've only had to use antacid like twice, but I keep getting it. It's stupid. There you go. It's all better. Yeah.
They should be giving you cooler stuff like fans and dusters.
Oh, you leveled. Time for your last item.
You're maxed out on items right now.
It's crazy.
Jake, you're level 13. Is Jack the highest level?
I don't think. I want to say like me or Austin, probably. Oh, jeez, no. I guess Austin and I both had depression that kind of put us back, so Jack might be the highest level.
Look at me go.
It feels like level 5. I'm like level 10, maybe? Maybe I'm 10. And then everyone on the top floor is, less than that.
We're gonna hypnotize Keith. We'll go out on that. We'll hypnotize Keith.
What if I get a Sentai suit?
You won't. That's not how hypnosis works. Hypnosis is just like, I might want to fuck around in a dream.
You don't get the item?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I really like that. I really like that shirt, though.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I think it makes you look kind of like an 8-year-old boy, but
yeah, never mind. It's really funny. It looks exactly like something I would have worn it as an 8-year-old boy. So.
In your recording studio.
Yeah.
I like this superhuman arm that's just in cartoon land.
I do not think that arm is superhuman.
You know what I mean? Superhuman looking. Oh, you woke up, you jerk. Ah,
Janine, I don't think that's a very good hypnotism technique.
well,
Even with a voice as soothing as yours, saying, "Oh, you woke up, you jerk."
he's already awake. Like, it's not gonna do... It's gonna make him more awake.
There we go.
There we go. Let's see.
Morris D wants Neck Dream.
Everyone loves Neck Dream.
I've seen Neck Dream enough that... What's that duck one?
Yeah, me
Duck
The
soup?
duck is... That's the one with the spoon feeding. What's that speech bubble one? Oh, that's that, right? That's where you hit
no,
the
that's
person.
that basketball one's dream.
What?
It looks like...
it's... Yeah.
What about sideways face?
Sideways face is the
Oh, that's
one
the head
where... No, the head
head
roll
roll.
is the ball. The sideways face
Oh.
is when there's like a hamburger or whatever, and everyone's like, oh, hamburger. And then the cage comes down on them.
What about
That sounds crazy.
the suitcase?
The suitcase is when someone's like leaving for work and there's another person who're like, don't go, and then they don't.
Or maybe I'll say, if you can't decide, maybe I'll take Sentai Suit Dream.
Sentai Suit Dream?
Yeah.
We've seen Sentai Suit Dream a couple times recently, though.
Alright, well then the hamburger one sounds crazy. I don't think I've seen that one.
I think the hamburger one will be interesting because maybe it'll like reveal your favorite food. Or no, that's not how it worked. I don't know. Let's see
it
what you're lured by. Oh wait, no, this is the head rolling one. I guess I just clicked the wrong one. Well, whatever. You're terrified of Phil's giant rolling head.
Accurate, yeah, sure. This dream is immediately shocking, but is not as complicated
No,
and nightmarish as
I like
some of
the dreams
other
where you have to like do stuff.
things. Yeah, like pull
Yeah.
Boston's head
Like
all
I want
around
to trip you or
his face.
something.
Oh, you know what was weird that I noticed on your last stream was Jordan has those sparkly eyes, those twinkle eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But when he opens his eyes, they do that same sort of pop that mine did a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then when his eyes shift back, it's a little bit terrifying. Why is this his new favorite pose?
Oh, I don't know. Likes to get comfy. Oh, come on.
I think he already has one. Why doesn't he have one?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just make him say a bunch of squares. Wait, put the Konami code in there.
That's literally what I was gonna do. Right. Right. I don't have enough room.
Just do AB then.
Yeah, that gets the message across.
Yeah.
You know, Art always saying the Konami code when he's upset or whatever.
What, does he say it?
No, they just, whenever you use symbols, they just go, like they make an N sound. So,
Alright, well, listen, I think that might be extra perfect.
I would say so. I went out for a stroll, huh?
Did Jack get disconnected?
No, I'm here. I'm just quiet.
Okay,
Here we go.
wasn't
We'll go out on this. We'll go out on this. Andrew's doing a little accordion performance at the fountain alone, which is kind of sad.
Well, no, he's got someone watching.
Yeah, but normally they perform in little ensembles.
It looks like there's someone next to him. I saw an arm.
That's... no... I mean, Sailor Jupiter's sitting there chilling, but...
Which is weird because he's dating Sailor Moon. Why are they in a romantic accordion session by the water fountain?
Well, Sailor Jupiter is technically a guy, remember? It was totally platonic.
Yeah, I guess this game would not allow it to be something else, but
Yeah.
We clap for him.
Yeah. It's a good video game. I'm into this
It's a
game.
bit weird that there's like photos. That there's the photos, you know. And there are no photos really. It's only the hands that are. I don't know.
Well, they're always
the
putting-
hand asset's a bit weird.
It is, yeah, it's not a good hand asset.
Because it's you. It's
They're
not
always-
Janine. It's Janine's likeness or Janine's whatever.
My favorite / least favorite thing about this game is when they take people's heads and put them on drawn bodies.
Is that better than when they put their heads on photo bodies?
Well, for the photo bodies, the drawn bodies, it's the same thing. It's just like they're taking your me head and trying to make it look like a person.
I
And
think
it
that's
just
my
looks-
favorite thing.
Yeah, it is my favorite thing. It's also
It's also
the
horrifying.
weirdest thing about yeah, it's terrifying. Like that one of us, God, that one of us in making the cake. So-
I don't understand. There was that one of okay, so there's multiple. We've seen Austin in that position multiple times,
yeah.
and normally his hands are white, but there was that one time his
That
hand
one
wasn't
time where it's
white.
black, yeah. I do
Why,
not
is
know.
something like broken there? I don't.
I don't. I think that they were trying. I think what probably happened was it was a known shippable. Was like sometimes it just doesn't
Yeah,
work.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's been 2 hours. It's slightly longer than we've been recently, but you know.
There's extra stuff to do. Lots of problems.
That's true. There's a lot of problems to solve. So it's been 2 hours of Tomodachi Collection, the 2009 Nintendo DS version, not the 2013 Nintendo 3DS version that's being localized and released on June 6th. We're playing using an English patch by JJ Jewel. You can also pick up a Tomodachi Collection cartridge for yourself on Amazon for like $10. It's a really good deal, especially because those games aren't region locked, I think. Or at least the original DS wasn't region locked, unlike the 3DS, which is bullshit. And I'm Janine Hawkins at Bleating Heart on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. If you missed any part of tonight's stream or you want to catch up or catch future streams, you can check out the playlist on YouTube that's going strong. And who joined me tonight?
My name is Keith Carberry. You can find me on Twitter at somethingdumb, or you can find the Let's Plays that I do with my cousin Kyle at runbutton.net. That'll bring you to our YouTube page. We've got, I think, 4 different Let's Plays going right now, so take your pick.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Busy.
5 if you include the Patreon thing.
Oof. And, Jack.
He might have fallen asleep. It's very late.
He might have turned into a ghost. I've heard that happens to British people sometimes.
That's true,
They
yeah.
just
Yeah, they were already
evaporate.
so pale that the universe decided.
it's all that tea instead of
Yeah.
good old
You know,
American
it doesn't look
soda.
like he's in the call. Oh, he must have dropped. Hold on, let me add
Oh.
because he said, I see now
Hello?
that he says, oh, Jack, there we go.
Hey.
You were just talking about how he just noticed you were gone.
Hi. I'm
Hi.
sorry, my
Whoops.
entire internet connection just went.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah.
that it sounded like it was going kind of weird.
Well,
We're doing our
plugged,
outro.
and I plugged, so it's your turn to plug.
We also decided you're a ghost.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
would
turn
say
into
you're
a
British
ghost.
ghost.
We
What,
decided
in
that for
Tomodachi
you. You're
or,
welcome.
Or in real life.
In life, yeah.
In life.
That's something that I think
We've talked about on the Stream and Friends before, and I think it's a pretty fair conclusion to come to.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So where
Are we
can
doing
people
an
find
outro?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, this is your outro now.
My outro is that I'm a alright. I'm Jack DeKeat. You can find me on Twitter at NotQuiteReal, and I'm a ghost.
Spooky.
It's just so scary.
I'm horrified. This is harder for me to do than even Resident Evil would be.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.